Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to show you guys how I do my ombre nails. So I'm going to show you how I do a pink and white one, and then I'm going to show you a color ombre nail. So we're just going to cut the nails. I'm just gonna start filing them. So if this was a real person, you would want to do this too. You cut their excess nail, and then you'd file it to even it out. So I am gonna zoom in a little more so you guys can see. So the next thing is I'm gonna take my drill and I'm gonna pretend this is a real hand. So what you're gonna do is take your sanding band. So I'm gonna get a new sanding band. This is a KUPA sanding band and I absolutely love it. So I do recommend the KUPA fine sanding bands, and I am just going to remove the shine now. Be very gentle. Don't stay in one spot too much. And then make sure you go around the cuticle area to remove any dead cuticle around the nail. And then you're gonna do the other side too, or the other one, sorry. And this is my Mani Pro Passport drill. I got this off KUPA. Guys, I love this drill. I've had it for a year, about a year now, and I really love it. If something ever happens to this one, I'll be so sad, but I'll definitely buy another one, and they come in so many pretty colors. Unfortunately, when I bought mine, I was trying to get like a red, and I ended up with this because I didn't have any more red. But next time I'll splurge, because I didn't want to pay the extra $20 for like the other colors. So now that I think about it, that would have been well spent. Yeah, so I am definitely probably gonna get a new one in the future, but as of now, this one's just a year old and it works perfectly fine. It doesn't need that much charging. What I mean is, yeah, you don't really need to charge it all the time. It really lasts so long. Okay, let's dust that off, and I'm just gonna go ahead and refile the bottom because it looks like it messed it up a little bit. Not too bad. Now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna use these stiletto BU nail tips. So they look like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab my KDS glue. I love this glue, you guys. Sometimes this glue, guys ever have this problem where like your glue gets stuck? So KDS glue, for some reason, I don't know what kind of miracle glue this is, but all I do is take this nipper and it literally comes right off. That's why I love this, and look, like it's literally clean. So I need to measure the tip. It might be, I think it might be this one. I don't know how people work with long nails. It is so hard for me. I'm not that talented. Yeah, this one looks good, but I don't know if it's gonna be that great. So I'm gonna go a size down. So I feel like it's coming off the sides a little. I can't even pick this one up. Okay. And you see how like this tip, like I'm like forcing it down. That means this is not the tip. So it has to be this one right here. It's gonna have to be this one. So I'm just gonna add this tip here. And it just stuck right on. So I'm gonna add extra glue since we're working on this thing. It fits really well. Okay, so same thing here. I think I said this one. Yep. And then we're just gonna add the glue. And stick that on there. I'm gonna add some extra glue on the sides again. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cut it to my desired length. So I'm gonna cut it right there. I think I can straighten it up after, but yeah, that's good. Same thing with this one. We're gonna cut a little bit, not too much. Let's see, I think I cut too much on this one, so we're gonna have to, yeah. Okay, so now they're measuring up about the same. So then we are going to take the file and shape it up. And these files, as you can notice, once you cut it, the stiletto tip, it turns into an automatic coffin, which is really cool. And it has a really nice C curve if you like that. So I'm just cleaning up the sides and the free edge. And I'm gonna remove the extra tip that doesn't belong there. And I'm also blending it at the same time. And the glue that got on that, so if this was a real nail and there was like excess glue from trying to put extra glue, you just buff that off instead of going with your file because you're gonna damage the natural nail. So it's a nicer way to remove that glue. Okay, that one's shaped. So now with this one, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it with the drill. So you would just remove the excess tip with your drill. And you're only working on the fake tip, don't touch the natural nail. And don't be too harsh on an actual hand either, guys. That's not good. Okay, so I'm gonna go back with shaping. Usually I shape before I blend that, but just wanted to show you guys a different way to blend. You can use your hand file or you can use the electric file to blend the nails. So now we can clean that up. I'm gonna take a wipe or two, and then we're gonna add some alcohol. We're gonna clean that. And it also helps dehydrate it. So now we're going to prime them. And I'm gonna use Young Nails Protein Bond. And this is non-acid, so it works like a double tape instead of an acid primer that will burn holes in your nails. So next time you guys look for a primer, think about getting an acid-free primer. KUPA has an acid-free primer too, and you get a lot for your buck. So now I'm gonna take white acrylic powder, French 3D by Mia Secret, and this is the white acrylic I'm going to use for my ombre. I will also be using KUPA clear powder. And for my colored acrylic, I'll be using Valentino in the color, well, it doesn't have the color, but it's the number 111. I have some monomer from KUPA. And we have my number 20 Kolinsky brush that I get at my local nail supply store, you guys. I don't have any links for this, unfortunately, but I am still in the works of seeing what brush you guys can try out. So I'll probably order one off Amazon so I can show you guys if it's good or not. And I'm gonna try to find a reasonable price one. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my white. And I'm just going to put it 3/4 of the way up. And I want to kind of leave it thinned out right here because you don't want a harsh line when you're blending the other one, the other color. So I'm also going to grab a cover acrylic, but let me just show you guys this part first. I'm gonna grab a little more. Place it here. Make sure it's not too bulky on the top. I'm gonna grab a little bit more. I feel like I need some on the free edge. And then I'm gonna feather that up. And I am cleaning my brush. So if you guys see my brush away from the camera, I am cleaning it, or I'm dipping it in the powder after cleaning it to help me maneuver the acrylic a lot better. So I'm just gonna grab my good old Cover Pink, or I'm sorry, not Cover Pink, Cover Rose acrylic powder. And I am going to dip my brush into the liquid and grab a bead like that. I'm gonna clean it off, and I'm just removing excess. Well, there's like a little lint on it, so I gotta remove that. So back into the powder. Why is there like dust in this? What the heck? So you guys, this is something I've noticed off Mia Secret. Sometimes it's affordable and it is good product, but sometimes they do have like lint for some reason. I don't get it. But yeah, but either way, yeah, we're gonna, oh, there goes my phone. So we're gonna remove some of that liquid, and I'm gonna place it right above that other, where the
you want him to do you so much.
the acrylic, the white acrylic meets the nail. And then this one, you want it to kind of like get a little bit not dry all the way, but you don't want it too wet. You want it to get a little stiff, I guess, so you can pull it down and it actually blends. Because if you were to right away like put it down and then feather it down, sometimes depending on the temperature of your room, it won't blend properly. So you want like a good blend right there. Okay, so we're gonna add our second bead on top under the cuticle area. So I'm gonna grab another bead and place it above there. Keep wiping my brush to make sure that it's clean. I'm brushing it and adding more liquid to brush it down because it is hardening a little bit. And then I'm gonna clean around the cuticle. And I feel like it needs just a little bit more right here on that cuticle side. So I just grabbed the littlest amount and we put it there, wiping away, going back into the liquid, wiping a lot of that liquid away. So that's what it looks like now. And then you're gonna take some of the clear and you're gonna encapsulate it to make sure that the fade that you've made stays in put. And if you want to add more, so say like I needed to add more somewhere to fade it a lot more and I didn't like my line or something, so I would add more here. I'd feather it up to make sure it's smooth and then clean my brush and then feather it down. And then I'm just like manipulating it. And then we can cover that up. So I'm gonna go into the clear. Place it somewhere here in the middle and then let it drag down. Cleaning my brush. Adding another one right above. And some people don't encapsulate their pink and whites. It's just preference, but I feel a lot safer for me on my end to encapsulate it. That is what it should look like now. So if you can see it here, everything looks good. The apex is fine. And that's that one. So now I'm gonna show you guys how to do a color ombre with the pink. I'm gonna go ahead and get into my liquid, pick up some color, and remove the excess liquid. Like I said, 3/4 of the way up is where you want it. So you blend that down. And if you were doing a glitter ombre, you'd be doing the exact same thing, or you could do the reverse method as well. The thinner you have this side, guys, the better blend you'll get. If this side is too thick, then when you start to blend the pink, it'll have the worst, harshest line. Keep this part right here as thin as possible. So I'm gonna go back into the color and see how that bead was super wet. It just doesn't work out that great, because now a lot of the liquid, or a lot of the powder, sorry, got removed because of the liquid. So make sure that when you're dipping it into the powder, you're removing the excess liquid, so that way it's easier to use once it's on top of that nail. Fade that down because we don't want it too thick on the top. And I'm gonna add just a teeny tiny more amount on the free edge, and I'm gonna feather it up. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take my pink, and I'm just gonna clean this brush really good because that color is super harsh. It'll probably go into the pink. So I'm gonna go into the pink, and I'm gonna remove that liquid because it's too much, and then I'm gonna add it right on top of that yellow, just like I did with the other nail. And I'm gonna wait for it to polymerize a little bit, and then I'm going to fade it down. So that is what it looks like so far. So I'm gonna take another bead, remove the excess, and then I'm gonna place it right on top. And then I'm gonna fade it down. Clean around it. And I feel like I need a little bit more pink. So I am gonna add it right above again. Spread it out and fade it down. I feel like I need it in the middle somewhere. A little bit more. Fade it up, and then you can fade it down. So with this one, we can go ahead and remove the excess first. I almost forgot. So then you can put it down and go ahead and encapsulate it with the clear. Take another bead for the top, and then fade it down. And then I'm gonna add some more on the free edge. and you can start shaping it back into place. Oh, of course, with these things. I'm just keeping it straight. Alright you guys, so this is the final outcome. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video and I hope you guys learned something from it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down any questions you guys may have, or if you guys have any video ideas, that'll be great to read. Thank you guys so much, and until next time guys, bye bye.